okay, let me better it. Let me go back to the robot and say, okay, if you can do that one for me, let me copy this story again and now remodify the story. And now say I paste it on my chat. I'm not going to ask you to do a simple website now. I said I want an HTML site. Complete site now. Okay, complete. Let me see, use that single, because I don't want to go far from single for now. Single website with HTML. I want to add to it, having home page, having home, about us, and services. I'm telling what I want, and contact us. Let me say for my office this time around. So I said I want an HTML website, HTML5. Let me even put HTML5 there. That's the standard HTML5 complete single website with CSS, having home, about us, services, and contact us. Okay. I want the robot to do something for me. So you can see I just give an instruction and I say, okay, go ahead. I say, okay. So let me see what he's doing. So he's actually writing something for me. I don't know what he's writing, but let it just finish what he's doing. How do I scroll down for you to see? He's so busy writing something. Oh, wonderful. That is ChatGPT. So I can easily go to my W3 and get something. And I can easily come here and do this method. So this is ChatGPT for me. He has done a whole lot of things. So let's do the same thing here now. Let me just click a copy. After he has done that, just click copy and minimize this. Then I'll go back to my notepad. I click another page. So let me drop everything that he has written. I don't even write a single code, for God's sake. So he has all this, all this, all this. Maybe it's fine, maybe it's not fine. I don't know. So I have that. So let me save this. I'm going to save it as I have chats. What do I call the other one the other time? Okay. Let me say I have this one to be chat sample 2 dot html. That's the name. So I'm saving it also inside the same folder. So I minimize this. So let me look for what I saved. I bring it down. So after I've done that, let me bring up my browser. So my browser, that's my browser now. So I want to open what he has done. I just drop it there. Okay. So he has done something for me again. He has actually put home page, about us. In fact, you can even navigate to any of those the way he did it. Contact us, you can navigate to it. So that means if I put write up inside of this thing, even make it because of the color, I'll just go and change the color so everything will look. So if I put content here, if I click on home, it takes me to home. If I click on it takes me to about us. He just did all this for me. I did not write any code. That is ChatGPT for you in action. So it can do a whole lot of things because it's an AI, a lot of things for us, and you can even do your complete website. It can help you to put. It depends on what you ask it to do. It will do it, but most time you always put a comment behind it telling you something something. So this code provides a basic structure for your office website with specified section. You can customize the content and style further to match your office. So it may not give you exact thing, but it can give you a layout. So if you ask a proper question, it give you a layout to that question. So that is ChatGPT for you trying to do some nice thing. You can use it for a whole lot of things. In the subsequent class, I'm going to show you how complex you are going to use this, how you are going to enjoy using it. I'm working now, and I need to find answer to what I'm doing. Okay, this is the question. How you are going to put the question so that I can give you your right answer. That you just copy and paste, and you just do some little adjustment and you move on. So all these are some of those things we're going to do. For today, I've been able to show us how you can do some of these things with ChatGPT very easy, and without no stress at all. I don't need to write anything. You will write it for me. I'll just copy and I'll just paste and I'm fine. So what I may say I need to show us finally today before I close the class is that let me assume I want to knit up my code. You see, I have all these CSS thing on my page here and there. By the time we begin to use a proper code editor, we need to do an house cleaning. Then we'll be able to control all these our CSS suppose not to even be here at all. So let's do a sample. I want to copy this CSS here. I want to copy it. I want to copy it. I copy all the CSS. I cut it away. Because CSS can be very long, can be very long. So that I have my page normally. I have my page normally like this. So where do I want to copy? I cut the CSS away. So I come to another page. I put the CSS there. I want to knit up my website. So I can remove this body of a thing. I can remove it. This style. That style. I remove the style away. The style is meant for me if I want to input it inside my code. So I want to go down there. Okay. There is still another style. Let me remove this style away. I've just done that. So I'm now going to save my CSS. I'm going to save it as, maybe I'll call it, uh, what do I call it? Okay, let me just call it style 01 dot CSS. That's what I want to call it, dot CSS. So I just save. So let me go and look for where I save it. Then let me minimize this. I'll come here. Okay. So I'll come here now. I'll look for that CSS. So this is style 01. I copy style 01 to my page. You can see the look of the form is different. Now, since it's CSS, I can actually create uh, a different folder for it. Since I have my images somewhere, I create a folder. I call it CSS, that's the name of the folder. Then I can drag the CSS, the style 01, inside it. I drag it inside it. So that my page can be very neat. So if I have all the CSS, I can put it here. But I need to get the address of this form. So if I want to get the address, let me open it up in a browser as well. Okay, it's fighting me. Let me see if I can get a browser to open this. If not, okay, I'll get a browser, open up in a browser just once. So the browser just opened it all for me. So I need to copy the address as usual. I copy the address. So I just did that. Now, it's a CSS. There will be a little thing that we need to add for me to be able to put the CSS. So I've done that. I don't know what I'm going to add, because if I just put the CSS like that, I want to go back to my form where I cut it from. I cut it from somewhere here, this place. I cut it from head here. So let me create the space. If I just drop it like this, it will not work because I need to put some tag and some reference that will make my page to be able to open it. So what I need to do, I'll go back to my ChatGPT. Let it help me out. I don't know. So I will now ask it. I said, how do I add a CSS file to my web website page? I just asked ChatGPT to help me because I don't know the tag I'm going to ask. I know if I go to Google, I'm going to get it, but let's see what ChatGPT will give me. I just say, okay, do it for me. So let me scroll down. Let me see what ChatGPT will write. Maybe it's going to write anything. Okay. Okay, so it has been able to do a CSS file like the one I did. If I scroll down now, so it now put a link like this for me to be able to put that page. If I didn't put that link, so my page will now look like this. See what it's doing for me. So that means I need something like this inside my website for me to be able to put my CSS, ref, CSS. I just asked and you have given me a sample. So I will now go back to my website inside here. If I just put the file like this, it will not work. So let me paste that thing that I got from ChatGPT, which is that. I will now copy all this one. I'll cut it. I'll replace it with this because I have a proper address. I'll put this like that. So let me now run my application, my second sample. Let me save it again. Let me save. I just saved now. So with this now that I've cut the CSS away, my page is now very neat. I didn't have that long CSS thing. No, it's just neat. I've packed the CSS to another folder and I've added it with a link. So let me go chat sample 2. Let me go back to chat sample 2. Let me see what we're going to have there. That sample 2 is this. Let me try and refresh it. So, okay, let me close it. I've refreshed it, but I want to close it to show you maybe I'm going to get the same thing or not. Okay, even though I've refreshed it, I have the same thing already. So I'm going back to that my page, chat sample 2, this is it. So what I need to do is to open another tab here. Then let me just drag this and drop it there. So you can see now that I haven't put my CSS in a different CSS file. I'm still able to get the same thing. This is where my CSS is. My image is somewhere, my file, and I'm still able to get it. Now, and I was able to use the power of ChatGPT to be able to know what to add for me to be able to display my CSS on top. So even if I have to do something image, I can ask. Just know how you ask your question, it will get you your answer and you'll be able to use it. So in this class today, I've been able to show us another simple way of coming up with your website and any other thing you want to do that may be proving so difficult. So in the next class, we're going to push this thing up to something different entirely, and then we will now see, we're going to touch a little bit of a database. I'm going to touch a little bit of maybe Visual Studio. We just open it up. So we're going to do that before we will now do I told us that all these things can actually, there are ways of getting full-fledged templates, complete full-fledged templates. We're going to be doing that in the next, when we move to the other session of this our job. So I'm going to be saying fine today.